Hello， 大家好，我叫 Cherry， 好感恩喺呢一集我邀請 Kayla 姊妹嚟分享佢點樣去尋找主耶穌，經歷主耶穌，主耶穌點樣去祝福佢。我邀請大家嚟聽下佢嘅美麗嘅見證。
Hello everyone, my name is Kayla and I would like to share my infertility testimony. In 2009, my husband and I got wedded and we were so ecstatic that we could start our family. After 1 year of trying, it did not succeed. So we decided to seek an infertility specialist. And the infertility specialist suggested us to do Clomid to get pregnant naturally. However, taking the pill for a couple months, it did not succeed. So she suggested us to start the IVF procedure. So we went ahead and did that. But we had bad news on my birthday. It was not successful. So that time we lost hope and didn't know what to do. So my husband and I decided to seek a Chinese herbalist. And the Chinese herbalist was telling us about Jesus and how the Bible had many stories about females struggling with infertility. Chinese herbalist told me that it was not up to her, but up to her God. But she also provided me with the medication, which was very bitter, and we had to drink that for a couple of months. But however, that didn't succeed. So after that, we lost hope again. Then one day, I decided to tell my colleague about my infertility problem. And she told me a testimony that happened at her church. I was curious and I wanted to know what the story was. So she told me that there was a woman at her church that was struggling with infertility, and she also had ovaries cancer. She had to get both of her ovaries removed and yet was still able to bring the living testimony in front of the sanctuary and provide it to all the people at the church, and said that God is an able God, because even though she removed both of her ovaries, she was able to still conceive and have baby. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. What kind of God can actually do that? So I was interested in attending the church, and I was interested to know who this God was. So after going to church, I encountered the worship leader, and she was singing so beautifully. And however, it touched me. And there was, at the end of the worship time, she just said, "Is there anyone that needs prayer?" And I don't know, she just decided to go up to us, even though she didn't know who we were. And she wanted to pray for us. She asked us if there was anything we wanted to pray for. And of course, we asked for a baby. So she prayed for us, and we felt the warmth from her, and we felt that God was real, and how God can know our sorrows inside, the struggles that we have. He knows, and that He was able to bring her in front of us and ask us if we needed any prayer. So we felt the warmth, and we decided to want to know more and continue to go to church. So we decided to also serve God and decided to be ushers and take pre-discipleship training, and also join cell group to know more about our wonderful God and how we can serve Him and also continue to and be wonderful disciples. During that time, I also recall that we had a cruise to Mexico. But that time, I wanted to seek more of God, so I prayed that we would sit with godly people, and God was able to answer that prayer. We were able to sit with godly people on that dinner table, and there was a total of 5 couples, including us. However, we were late and we weren't able to choose our seats, so we were stuck in the middle. Leon was sitting right across from me, and I was sitting on the other side. Little did I know I was sitting between 2 pregnant women. So during that journey, we were able to do some zip lining, rock climbing, and glass boat cruise. So the day before, we did the rock climbing, and we went into a cave, and the next day, we went on the glass boat cruise, and the local said normally 2 goes in that cave and 3 comes out. And when he said that, there was a big cross on top of the cave. So it was signs after signs that God said He will provide a child for me. Then we got back and we went to cell group. And when we were in the discussion, I was telling my cell leader, Vicky, that I might be pregnant. She just gave birth to her daughter and she had extra pregnancy tests. So she told me to take it home to take the test. And my husband and I went home and we took the test and it was positive, but we didn't believe it. So we went to the store to buy extra pregnancy tests to double confirm that we were pregnant. Then we went and bought it and still was in shock and couldn't believe it. So we had called our infertility doctor to go in and take another test. And she finally confirmed that we were officially pregnant. When we saw her, she said something has changed in us. She looked at me and said, yes, you look like you're glowing, that you are pregnant. And when she did the ultrasound, she heard the heartbeat of the baby. And every week we would have to go in to monitor the baby. So now we officially have our son, Jacob, who is now 9 years old. That is my testimony. God is an able God, and if you seek Him, you will find Him. Thank you for letting me share my testimony and listening to it. God bless you. Jesus love you.
好感謝主，聽到 Kayla 美好嘅見證，而我有一啲嘅朋友等候緊新嘅生命。我鼓勵你唔好灰心，喺聖經入邊亦都有唔少嘅不育嘅婦人。上帝使佢哋能夠生育，正如亞伯拉罕嘅妻子 Shela、以撒嘅妻子 Rebecca、雅各嘅妻子 Rachel、撒母耳嘅媽媽 Hannah、施洗約翰嘅媽媽 Elizabeth。願主耶穌大大嘅祝福你，願主耶穌賜恩俾你，賜恩你嘅家庭。